Hello. You're returning to another episode of The Wunderkind Show. Today's second topic, the haters have found their voices. Look. Like I told you in the previous video, right? Doing this, watching how the media does what they do. After the Baltimore Ravens blew out the Denver Broncos, it was extremely quiet from all of the media pundits that have big mouths. Now, usually, right, when it's the Ravens are struggling or anything else like that, they're all texting, tweeting, sending out quotes deep in thought, think pieces. They all have something in their brain that they have to give out to try to give proper enlightenment to why the Ravens are problematic and why Lamar Jackson is a good quarterback and why they won't win a Super Bowl and why they're not what we think they are and why they don't deserve MVP and why other players are better than the people that we have. So I knew when Monday morning came, some of those haters were going to come with everything they had. Now, I know everyone's going to say, well, I heard about the Jared Goff thing with Stephen A. That's great. But now the other big mouth, big nose guy had a lot to say. You know who the schnauzer is. I know what I'm saying. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a clip from First Things First, right? Of Nick Wright himself. And I'll break it down after. And let's see what he had to say this time about the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson. So without further ado, let's break this big nose guy down. Nigel Thornberry.
A good quarterback, you
never
know.
You got to keep your young, good players.
Yeah. Head to Baltimore, where the Broncos defense either got exposed or faced an unstoppable offense, or maybe a little bit of both. Lamar has a perfect passer rating, and Derrick Henry got 2 more touchdowns in another 100-yard game. Here's Lamar yesterday, bro, completed 84% of his passes, perfect passer rating for this fourth time in his career.
Ears.
Lamar now the odds-on favorite for MVP. Is he running away with his 3rd MVP?
He is. Look, it's still early. I mean, 9 games in. You still got a lot of football left to be played. So I'm not saying it's sewn up. But right now, he is he should be the overwhelming favorite. He was first on my ballot last week. I think another week he was. But he clearly is the MVP right now. 20 touchdowns passing, just 2 interceptions. Only 4 guys have ever done that in the first 9 weeks of the season. Russ, Drew Brees, Russell Wilson, and Mahomes. And he's throwing it better than ever. And Nick may make this point, but I feel the same way if he does make it. This puts more pressure on Lamar to be great.
We've been working together. This precedent is weird, and it puts even more pressure on him in the playoffs. I have written down.
Even if they lose, he can't play poor. Like, if they lose in a shootout to Kansas City and he throws for 300
because
plus.
the defense falls apart.
He has got to play well. And I've always said, we disagree on this. Nick has blamed Lamar for his poor playoff performances and compared him to Harden and Embiid and Aaron Judge. Like, I've said it's different because I think with those guys, it's mental. There's a little choking there. I don't view Lamar as choking. I have viewed Lamar, as great as he's been, as not being an elite passer.
So you think that changed from last season to this season?
Yes, because when you get to the playoffs, I think his passing has been exposed or lack thereof. Now he's an elite passer. By every measure, he is an elite passer.
Last year too.
Now, his numbers are way better. These are the best numbers of his career.
Yes.
He's got the 4th highest passer rating for a season ever. Aaron Rodgers did better twice. Peyton Manning did better once. And then it's Lamar. Those 3 all won MVP the years they did it. Mm-hmm. So this year, there will be no, like, if they have to get in a shootout, watching Lamar play right now, you would say, okay, then shoot it out. No, well, look at his number.
I understand. And listen, he's never
just saying
had a
there's no more
4,000-yard season. He's on pace for it here.
He's throwing for 265.
His volume's way higher. And he's efficient.
And he's not even throwing it a ton.
Right, but the yards per attempt and the highlights yesterday were, we can show some of them here. His highlights are unbelievable. Oh, that's different. two-time MVP with an unbelievable regular season.
It's
a different guy.
Fun at Lamar.
No, it was unbelievable, unprecedented. Greatest season by a right-handed hitter we've ever seen. I don't know how it applies come January, but again, I'm just telling you it is what it is. Everybody all last week went after Aaron Judge, and nobody said they were being mean. Nobody said you're being unfair. And so in the midst of it, what I'm telling you is, we can stop with the Judge highlights at this point, but I do appreciate the supercut. If next year, Aaron Judge hits another 55 home runs, and someone's on TV saying, I appreciate it, he can be MVP, but I'm going to hold out my belief he's going to be different in the postseason, no one will say that's unfair. We are just a year ahead of that track for Lamar right now. Lamar won his second MVP last year, had that unbelievable year, and then had the same playoffs he's always had. So these are two different conversations.
He was
I
good
understand.
against Houston. He was
good. He's good against Houston. He right now is the clear-cut favorite and deserves to be. Thanks for watching.
So listen, I like how they make fun of him. And here's the thing. I want to make sure that I say this. When they try to compare him to other players, right, from other sports, it's not the same. It's like, guys, look, we make jokes, we laugh, and all the other stuff like that. This has not been the same like other athletes, right? The only other athlete that I've seen them really come for crazy in the media, like guys talking out the side of the neck, was Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan and Allen Iverson. Like, people rewrite history. That's why I laugh, right? I say this all the time. Like, when you go back into history, right? The annals, the halls of history, and you go look at what the media was saying about Michael Jeffrey Jordan, his airness himself, the greatest basketball player to ever put on shoes, you would understand why I draw a parallel between his career and Lamar's. And a lot of these other guys, just like Jordan, he was on a team that wanted to moneyball everything. You understand where I'm coming from? They never wanted to bring in high-priced guys. They wanted to do everything really by the cap and really try to make the smart play always. So Jordan knew, especially in his first time, that he had to raise the level of the guys around him substantially, because he was never going to be given a superstar that was truly outstanding next to him. Like, people seem to forget history. Like, Magic Johnson came onto a team with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You know, the guy that already scored 30 points like 5 times in his career. The guy that already won a title in his career. The guy that was one of the faces of the NBA, one of the highest scorers of all time in his career. That's who he went to the team with, right? So Magic, who Jordan's compared to, right, or at one time was compared to, right, had help. James Worthy, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, all these players. Same thing with Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish, like Isaiah Thomas, Vinny the Microwave. You had Dennis Rodman. You had what's his name? The other guard that was next to him that was guarding a lot of the guys. Amazing shooting guard. I forgot, Joe Dumars. So that's the parallel, just like with Lamar. Like, you've watched these teams that these guys, it's like, oh, his passing. No. It wasn't his passing. You never gave him weapons to allow him to throw to. We watched game after game of guys drop pass after pass after pass. If you're going to tell me in 2019, if you watch that Tennessee Titan game, and you're going to look me in my face and my eyes and say, Lamar couldn't throw in that game, and then you watch and see all the drops, all the drop touchdowns, the horrid offensive line play, and the man still put up 500 yards of offense, and you're going to look at me and tell me, yeah, he couldn't throw that year. It was all just because he was running. He was just an athlete. Nothing he did was right. Come on now, bro. That's what they're on. When it comes to him, there's no context. When it comes to the Ravens, there's no context. These other teams have went out and spent big dollars for superstars. The Ravens have tried to moneyball everything. So now you see a different almost Lamar. Because now it's come to it's like, look, they're not going to go get these big names. Yeah, they got Derrick Henry. That's because they got him for a steal. Like, I told y'all this before. For the Ravens to make a move, they have to feel like it was a steal. Like, yeah, we swindled you. They have to feel that way to make the move. If they don't feel that way, they're not making the move. Even if it's for it's a fair trade, it's market value. No, we feel like that's equal. We're not over you, so we're not making it. Like, it's a mental thing with them. And before Henry got here, a lot of people even said Henry was washed, he's older. All these media saying pundits even have him in the top 5 in the running backs. Most of them had him out of the top 10, they had him at 9. I made a video specifically on that. And I said in that video, I said, watch. When him and Lamar finally start to click together, they're going to say, oh, it was cheating. Oh, he got Lamar. I already called all of this. So that's why it bothers me. It's like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? And then you carry that same energy over quiet during the games. Like when we're losing and stuff like that, they have all the mouths in the world. When we're winning, it's then they go to their platforms and stuff like that. I didn't even cover the facility. How they're talking, because to me, they don't even deserve to talk about Lamar. How they've taken shots and thought it was funny and stuff like that, and they've taken shots at the Ravens. Like I said before, it is kind of what it is, but when you're looking at this stuff, it's like, come on now, bro. This man with the nose smells what's going on. He just wants to be a troll. Like, straight up. Man got 3D nose right through the screen. Could poke you from distance. Right through the screen. And he does the most. So, look. Like I said before, I think the Ravens break through this year. I think Derrick Henry's playing great ball. And I think there's complementary pieces around a great quarterback. Right? That he doesn't have to do everything. We're looking at the Kansas City Chiefs right now. And Mahomes has played horrid. If anybody tells me that Mahomes don't play horrid, you don't know football. Played horrid. And they're still winning. There's games where he got 2 interceptions. 180 yards passing. No touchdowns. They win. It's like, bro, come on now, bro. Like, come on now, bro. Nasty work. So that's what I'm trying to tell people. It's like, you know, like Mahomes has always had a great team and always great coaches. He walked into one of the greatest situations in NFL history. That's context. Crazy. But what do you guys think? Do you think that the Ravens are going to lay an egg in this year's playoffs? Or are you waiting to see how you evaluate them? Or do you think this is the year they break through? You think this is the year where they find their footing? This is the year where they start racking up more than one, not 2, not 3. Let me know what you think about it down in the comment section, please. All right? But as always, that's an episode of The Wunderkind Show. Thank you for watching. Y'all know how we get down. We have fun and we laugh. But everything we talk about rooted in what? Facts and truth. Please do remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment. You know I love the comments. And if you've not done so already, check out the TheWunderkindShow's Patreon. Yes, 3 tiers of content goodness, whenever your consumption. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. And if you'd like to donate to this channel, help out with equipment and such stuff like that, bottom of the screen, QR code. QR code's to a Cash App. Cash App's located in the description of every video that we do. Name of it is money sign, The Wunderkind Show. Super easy. But once again, it's The Wunderkind Show. This show's not just signing off, and as always, you know my slogan. Please. And I am out of here. Huh? Yep.
Finish him, Daddy.